folks. I want to reflect back on Thanksgiving, and perhaps you experienced a situation where you sit down and you eat this massive meal, and then somebody asks if you're ready for dessert. Somebody asks if you want some pie or cake or cookies, and sometimes we may say something like, well, there's always room for dessert, right? There's always room for dessert because we think of how good it is, or maybe it's that favorite type of pie or that favorite treat that, as full as we are, right, as much turkey and ham as we've eaten, there's always room for dessert because we think of how good it is, how good it's going to taste, right, how much we're going to enjoy it, and so we always make room for it. And so why I bring that up, why I mention that is, this season will be full. It just is for many of us. And so we need to remember that we ought to always make room for Jesus, right? Don't let plans, don't let expectations and worries crowd him out of the season, because this season that we're entering into now, Advent, Christmas, right? It's a season to reflect on Jesus and to consider what his coming means for us, right? And so we are to make room for him. Don't let the holiday seasons and plans and the hustle and bustle of it all to push out Jesus. And making time for making room for Jesus, it's not just about time, right? It's not just about lopping off things out of our schedule and saying, well, I can't do this or that. I can't be with this or that person because I'm making room for Jesus. It's also about our inner life, our inner disposition, right? Are we considering Jesus not just for ourselves individually, but in our interactions with others, right? Who does Jesus want us to interact with through this season? It's not just about us. It's about who gets placed in our path that perhaps we need to share the love and the hope of Jesus with. And so Pastor Theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer, he writes of Revelation chapter 3, verse 20, and he references that in relation to Advent, saying this is a season where Jesus knocks at the door, right? Where we see Jesus in the season, and so we ought to open the door to him and let him in. And so Revelation chapter 3, verse 20 says, "See, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and eat with him and he with me." Now the people of Laodicea, who this portion of Revelation was written to, they did not make room for Jesus. They were busy with themselves and busy with their commerce, their building up wealth. And so Jesus had to tell them, see, I'm at the door. I'm knocking at the door. Let me in and I will come and be with you. And so, yes, we'll be busy, but we make room for Jesus by looking for Jesus, of seeing the signs of him during the season, whether that's just through reading scripture, praying, worship, or even in seeing Jesus in others, right? Staying ready to find him and beholding him through all the parts of the season. And so let's make room for Jesus together. Have a blessed day.